After 15 years in Southern Highlands, I'm officially making the move to Summerland, and here's why. My husband and I moved to Southern Highlands and purchased our first home in 2010. At that time, we just had our firstborn, and we wanted to settle down, and it was important for us to be in a family-friendly community. We also chose Southern Highlands because my husband's parents lived in Southern Highlands, and because of that, my husband, being the oldest of 3 brothers, and the 2 other brothers all decided to move to Southern Highlands to be close to Mom. The first home we purchased, believe it or not, back in 2010, was a single-story home with a pool, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, close to 3,000 square foot, and we purchased it for mid-$300,000. Upon receiving my license in 2020, I decided to list our home and move up to another community within Southern Highlands. I wanted my first listing to be my own personal home. And in 2020, if you recall, it was during the pandemic with a lot of uncertainties, but we were able to sell our home for close to $590,000. That was my first selling transaction after I received my real estate license. And then for me, as you may know, watching my channel, I am a big fan of new construction homes. So we ended up moving up to a new construction community within Southern Highlands. This particular floor plan was very appealing to my husband and I because we wanted to move my in-laws in with us. And therefore, it was critical for this floor plan to have a multi-gen suite. And what a multi-gen suite is, it has its own bedroom and a living space and its own shower. So that it's basically the living quarters of my in-laws. And what was so special about this new construction home that we purchased was that it was a spec home. The builder has selected all the structural upgrades as well as the design upgrades. So the home was professionally designed and we liked everything that the builder had chosen for us. Raising my 2 daughters here in Southern Highlands has been phenomenal. As a mom, what's important for me are things like schools, activities, outdoor recreation, parks, and the sense of community. Southern Highlands has all of that. And for me, if I had to redo it again, I would do it here in Southern Highlands. I absolutely love that Southern Highlands has 7 parks. And during COVID, we added another family member, Roxy, which is a mini golden doodle. So it was really important for us to have variations in the different parks we could take Roxy. Particularly, there's a park called Goet Park with lots of shades and lots of great trails that's perfect for dog walks. I remember taking my girls as they got older to each of the 7 parks and really enjoying the different offerings it had. Some parks had splash pads, some parks really focused on the play structure, and as they got older, we kind of migrated to different parks. The biggest park that has more of like the older kids play structure and things to do was the Olympia Sports Park. And I remember taking the girls there all the time. We would ride our bikes there, we would hike there, we would do the zip lining thing there, and we have a lot of great fond memories together at these outdoor recreational spaces here in Southern Highlands. The biggest reason why we have made a family decision to relocate to Summerlin is because of the schools. My 2 daughters grew up attending a private school here in Southern Highlands since pre-K all the way to 8th grade. Unfortunately, this private school only goes up to 8th grade. They don't offer high school. So at that point, many families would look at other communities, other neighborhoods to continue a private school education. And as I have shared with you many times, Summerlin has the most options when it comes to private schools and private high schools. So as my oldest daughter graduated 8th grade last year, it was time for us family to decide which high school we wanted to put her in. And also, this was a time to consider relocating to Summerland because as a mom, as you all know, we want to be as close as possible to the schools that our daughters and kids go to. As you know, I help a lot of families relocate, and for many of these families with children, and school is the biggest deciding factor on which neighborhood and community you choose to live and buy. I've done a lot of research on different schools within Summerlin, both public, charter, and private. Upon selecting that private school, my husband and I decided to look for new construction homes in Summerlin. We wanted to build. We wanted a brand new build where we could select all of our upgrades. And for us, we were also going to move our in-laws with us. So floor plan was very important to us. There are not a lot of builders and communities that offer a multi-gen suite. And in this situation, we also wanted a single story. So we did all of our research and we identified a new construction community that offered a single-story floor plan with a multi-gen suite. For my in-laws, it was an upgrade because the multi-gen suite that we got for them in this new construction home in Summerland actually has a kitchenette built in their living space. And that for me was huge. In the old house in Southern Highlands, they did not have a kitchenette, so they had to go all the way to the kitchen to do all their food prep and get anything that they needed to eat and drink. For them to have a kitchenette in their multi-gen living room space was a a game changer. So we immediately fell in love with this floor plan and decided to build. Here are some of the things I will miss a lot about Southern Highlands, starting with the beautiful greenery and the beautiful mountain views that you could get from this elevation and this direction facing north. So Southern Highlands is a master plan community known for its greenery, and it's also known for its beautiful country club and the golf community. As you can see, as we go north on Southern Highlands Parkway, this drive is absolutely beautiful, and there's no other communities in Las Vegas or Henderson that has this kind of scenery. So I will truly miss it. Just looking back, every morning I would take this drive to drop off my daughters to school. And as you can see over here, we have some elevation changes. So you can see the different kind of, elevation of the mountains from different angles. You could see Red Rock Canyon from here. You could even see Mount Charleston with the snow-capped mountains. I mean, I absolutely love it. And then as we go down this hill, I'm going to show you my favorite picturesque panoramic view of the city that I absolutely adore, and I am definitely going to miss these views the most, not living here in Southern Highlands anymore. Another thing that I'll be missing about Southern Highlands is the sense of community. Southern Highlands Master Plan community is much smaller than other communities like Summerland. We have about 8,000 single-family homes, 27 sub-communities, and we have a ton of community events. We have farmers market every weekend. We also have big events like our Memorial Day weekend and the Fall Festival, where all of our neighbors and friends and family would gather and we would just have a great time. I remember attending one of the Memorial Day weekend festivals, and they had an incredible fireworks show. It was like strip level of an incredible fireworks show, and it was so beautiful, and we all had such a great time. And I'm getting really teary right now because, my girls grew up here. Moving to Summerlin is like a next chapter for us, and I'm really going to miss this community. And I wasn't going to be emotional today, but I get emotional all the time. So anyways, the sense of community is absolutely amazing here. And for people that are relocating, you could definitely get that sense of community right away and connect with your neighbors and connect with your other, Southern Highlands mom and dad friends. There's just a really good sense of community here, which I'm going to miss a lot. And lastly, what I'm going to miss most about Southern Highlands, which is a very unique feature of this master plan community, is that easy access of freeway. From where I live, it was less than 1 minute to get onto the 15 freeway. And as a busy realtor, it's very important for me to get freeway access. So that's something that I'm going to miss a lot. I'm also going to miss some of these really cool restaurants and cafes that we have here in Southern Highlands. I'm just going to name a few of the places I frequent. So if you want to visit Southern Highlands and check it out, please do. But, we're just going to drive by the Southern Highlands Marketplace, which is our biggest shopping center. And everybody shops here at Smith. So you'll run into your neighbors, you'll run into your teachers, you'll run into your, friends and family all the time. And here in this plaza, we have several incredible restaurant options, such as Mama Bird Southern Kitchen, Ola Mexican, Rise and Shine. We also have Doma, a newer Korean barbecue concept, which is absolutely amazing. We have Spaghetti Western, and the food scene is growing here. But when we first moved here 15 years ago, we have very little selection. So I think the growth of the foodie scene is really helping. Cactus over here, when I moved here, it was only a one-way dirt street. And now we have big lanes. We have an access point to the freeway, which is fantastic. And we also have other restaurants and shops. I mean, we have 2 boba shops here in Southern Highlands. I mean, who knew, right? We have Share Tea and we have Mr. Chi. And then we also have one of my favorite Korean spots called Soyo Kitchen, which is absolutely amazing. My family and I go there all the time. And those are some of the local restaurants, food and beverage outlets that I will miss. And then lastly, even if I'm not living here, I will come back for this, but it's the French bakery, Le Café du Sud. I've done videos about this French bakery, interviewed the owner, Carmen. Absolutely love her French concept. And actually, I have a Southern Highlands mom meetup there tomorrow with bright and early with my mom friends there. And that's usually our meetup spot. And they have incredible coffee and pastries. And I will be certainly coming back to Le Café when I'm definitely in the southwest area. But those are the things that I will miss about living here in Southern Highlands. Now, moving on to things that I will not miss about when living here is, although our food and beverage scene is growing, we're definitely lacking the amount of and also just the grocery shopping options here in Southern Highlands. We only have Smith. So for me, it's important for me to go to Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Japanese supermarket. That's all about a 15 to 20 minute drive, which is not bad at all, but it would be nice to have it within 5 or 10 minutes away, like I will when I live in Summerland. Southern Highlands is very unique because of its location. We're the first community off the 15 freeway as you're coming into Las Vegas from LA and Southern California. And for some people, it's a little bit too tucked away. Personally, I actually liked it because of that sense of privacy and, the community. We're really kind of like an isolated master plan community. I think a lot of people actually didn't really know about this master plan community until I started making these Southern Highlands playlists and videos. Honestly, when people are relocating here, they'll only consider Summerlin or Henderson. Nobody really asked about Southern Highlands until I started making these videos and other people started making videos about Southern Highlands to really showcase how desirable this community is. Some people may say that Southern Highlands is kind of too far away, too southwest compared to where they are. Maybe they're comparing it to, where they live in Summerland. And as I've sold a lot of, homes in Summerland, I can share with you that a lot of my clients that live in Summerland just kind of stay within that Summerland bubble because everything is there. Everything is so close by. All the amenities, all the shopping, the dining, the gym, everything is just within a 5-10 minute drive locally. And I think that's what's really attracting a lot of families to move to Summerland because of all of those amenities, right? And I'm going to take you next to downtown Summerland, which is kind of like that big hub and that indoor-outdoor shopping experience that Summerland offers. Just as an example, we don't have that here in Southern Highlands. And the closest indoor-outdoor shopping center from here would be Town Square, which is off the 15 freeway. And that's about 10-15 minute drive. And that's where we usually actually go to watch movies and go shopping. If the girls needed something, an outfit for their spring concert or things like that, we would go to Town Square. So I think that's kind of one of the biggest difference. That could be a pro or a con. Personally, I enjoy this quiet, private community, but for other people, they want to be in the middle of the action, and I certainly understand where they're coming from. So now it's time to head over to Summerlin. We are going to drive around the neighborhoods in Summerlin, and I'll be talking to you about why Summerlin Master Plan is such a desirable community, especially if you're raising a family and if you have children. And I'll be highlighting some of the great features about living in Summerlin. Let's go. We have just arrived to downtown Summerlin. Downtown Summerlin is located off the 215 freeway off the Sahara and Charleston exit. This is the central hub for all the residents in Summerlin. From all the different neighborhoods within Summerlin, and we have multiple HOAs, South Summerlin, Summerlin proper, Summerlin West, and North Summerlin. Everywhere from that local neighborhood, you're able to come to downtown Summerlin within maybe 10 to 15 minutes local drive. This is where all the residents gather for dining and shopping and entertainment. When you live in Summerlin, you don't have to go outside of Summerlin because you have this entertainment center downtown Summerlin here. I have a lot of Summerlin clients that would just stay within the Summerlin for all of their needs, whether it's shopping, grocery stores. We have the brand new Whole Foods that just opened, Trader Joe's here. Here at downtown Summerlin, we also have the local casino, Red Rock Casino, where there are amazing restaurants as well as a bowling and movie theater. For all of you looking for family fun over the weekend, that's a great spot to hang out. And they also have a wonderful pool. And as locals, you can enjoy the pools too. We also have the Las Vegas Ballpark. This is where the minor baseball league called Aviators practice and plays ball game. And it's so wonderful because we have so much attendees that attend the Aviators game on a regular basis. I've heard a number of 7,500 on average, which is even more than some of these major leagues that are performing their ball game nationwide. It's really cool because this particular ballpark actually features a pool and a cabana, and that's only something you could find here in Las Vegas. Lastly, it's super family friendly here within downtown Summerlin because we have the City National Arena. This is where our NHL Stanley Cup winners, Vegas Golden Knights, practices. And due to the huge popularity in ice skating and ice hockey, they have public skates as well as different classes and leagues for ice hockey as well as ice skating here. By the way, if we haven't met yet, konnichiwa. My name is Kaori Nagao, your global real estate advisor helping you find your new home. Whether it's a home here in Summerlin, Las Vegas, or anywhere in the world, I'll be more than happy to help you. Remember, I have referral partners within my Sotheby's network in every city, every country, every market, so feel free to reach out to me for any of your real estate needs. Let's connect. Scan the QR code on my screen, or you can find my contact details on the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I love it when you engage with me, so keep commenting and let's keep going. Some of my favorites in downtown Summerlin include Lululemon, Macy's, and Daiso. And for those of you that's not familiar with what Daiso is a Japanese dollar store, and you could get amazing home goods, candy and snacks, and little knickknacks, gift wrapping, and they're all under $3. So for me, when I lived in Southern Highlands, it took us about maybe 25 minutes to 30 minutes to get here. We would have a lot of, events, birthday celebrations, for example. Knowing that now from our new residence, it's only 7 minutes to get here is absolutely incredible. My husband and I shop at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. So for those grocery stores to be so close to our new home, it's amazing. Here in downtown Summerlin, they also have incredible family-oriented events. They have farmers market behind me at the lawn every Saturday, and they also have events here, also at the lawn. For example, next week, my Pilates instructor Lisa is going to be hosting a yoga Pilates on the lawn, and we all get to come here and hang out. During the holiday season, they actually put a ice skating rink behind me, and we've spent a lot of fun times with our friends and family coming here to ice skate. Now it's only less than 10 minutes away versus approximately 20 to 25 minutes when we lived in Southern Highlands. And as you can see behind me, look at these beautiful mountain ranges. Just from here, we're less than 10 minutes away from the Red Rock National Conservation Area. If you're an avid hiker, biker, rock climber, you have this beautiful outdoor recreational space in your backyard, so easy to access anytime out of the whole year. As I shared with you before, the biggest reason why we moved from Southern Highlands to Summerlin was because of the proximity to the school. The private high school that my daughter goes to, now it's only about 12 minutes away from our new residence. And that's a game changer. And especially in the morning time, as you all moms know, every minute counts. Let me just give you an example of how much time we're saving by living here in Summerlin. So when we lived in Southern Highlands, we had to leave the house at 6:50 a.m. in order to get to the private high school by 7:20, 7:30. Now, are there traffic in the morning? A little bit, but then, with all the new construction that I always talk about with the orange cones, you never know. So sometimes it's a, 30-minute-ish drive. Sometimes with the traffic and the lane merge, there's been days when it took us over 45 minutes or even an hour. And of course, my daughter had to be late for school, and she wasn't really happy about that. So now, here, living in Summerlin, we are now able to leave our home at 7:10 and be at school by 7:20. So that's a lot of time in the morning to get ready, get prepared, and don't have to rush and deal with the traffic and the drive to school. And that definitely gives me a peace of mind. So we're going westbound on Charleston, and look at these spectacular views of Red Rock. Just picture being able to see this at sunrise and sunset every day. Really gives me a piece of, serenity and calmness by looking at these beautiful mountains, and to be able to have this in our backyard fingertips. So whenever we want to enjoy the outdoors with the family, whether it's a picnic or hike, you just know that it's only less than 10-15 minutes away from your doorstep. I'm going to be driving through some new construction communities now, and one of the things that I absolutely love about Summerlin, a lot of people ask me all the time, like, oh, where's a great area to invest, whether you're coming from a primary perspective or an investor perspective, is that Summerlin has a higher growth and equity of your homes compared to any other markets and neighborhoods within the Las Vegas and Henderson Valley. So what I mean by that is, on average, here in Las Vegas, homes are appreciating approximately 6% per year. Now, in specific neighborhoods that are highly desirable, like for example, this one in Summerlin West, I've seen homes that are appreciating 10 to 15% per year. So that's how quick you could gain equity on your home, and especially in new construction. And as you all know, I'm a big fan of new construction. The amount of equity that you could build while your home is being built with the builder is absolutely impressive. So a lot of my clients that live here in Summerland, they buy a new construction home, they'll live in it for 2 years. And as a friendly pro tip, if you live in your home for at least 2 years out of the last 5 years as a primary residence, and if you were to sell your home, just remember that if you're single, up to $250,000, and if you're married, up to $500,000 is tax-free. It's tax exempt. So what that means is that you don't have to pay taxes on that capital gain. And if you want to use that as your down payment for your move-up home, you could certainly do that. So these are the conversations that I'm constantly having with my clients. And I absolutely love that, you know, for me, I always tell myself and my team and my clients that it's not about a transaction, it's about a relationship. And for me, I look at the long term. I want to grow with these clients. I want to grow with these families that are now having babies and kids. I want to grow with them throughout their whole changes in their events, right? Like my daughter going to high school, my youngest going to middle school. That's a big life-changing event. And as my clients and their kids grow, their preference changes. They may need more space. They may want to be closer to a specific school. They may want to be closer to an activity space, right? And those are the constant conversations I get to have with my clients. And I feel like I get to grow with them as well. So it's not a transaction, it's a relationship. I get to grow with my clients every step of the way. That's why I'm so passionate about real estate. And this is why I'm making videos for you, so I could share with you these experiences that I'm having firsthand with my clients. So now on the west side, you can see vacant land. This is future development in West Summerlin. And I'm so excited because we have about another 15 to 20 years of growth here in Summerlin West. After this whole area is built out, there will be no more new construction in all of Summerlin Master Plan community. So what does that mean for you? If you have a home here in Summerlin and the whole community is built out and with no more new construction homes, that's only going to help the equity growth of your home as a resale home. Summerlin is going to continue to be a very highly desirable community. This is where most of the private schools are. You have a lot of school options. You have all these wonderful amenities that I showed you, like downtown Summerlin. And this is where a lot of families want to grow their, children with here. So every time I come here, I'm absolutely amazed. We're going to go now westbound on Far Hills, and let's see how far we could go up this street. Every time I visit Summerlin West, there's a new street, right? There's new lights, there's new parks, new signs of new communities. And it's just such a really exciting community to be part of, to see the growth, and also to be able to experience this equity growth. And that's really, really important for myself and my clients. Now, I do want to mention that in Summerlin West, we have a variety of home types. So we have townhomes and we have single-family homes. And then we have single-family homes that are single-level, 2-story, as well as 3-story. They're really creating this urban lifestyle. And I want to take you to this very far end of Far Hills so you could really enjoy this beautiful mountain scene here. This is the future growth of Summerlin West. And I'm just personally so excited to share this with you together because we're going to see Summerlin West develop. And if you're interested in being part of this growth, you know what to do and you could contact me anytime. Now it's time for a pop quiz. I know you've been waiting for this. The first person to comment correctly will get a shout out on my next YouTube Shorts. Let's go. What is the name of the minor baseball league that plays at the Las Vegas ballpark in downtown Summerlin? And to end this video, I want you to be the first person to get a first look at this brand new custom home site community in Summerlin West called Astra. As you can see by the hair floating in the wind, we are at the highest elevation here in the entire Las Vegas Valley at 4,125 feet. This custom home site community called Astra will feature only custom homes here. You can select your builder and build from ground up, and home sites are starting from $4 to $7 million at the moment. To have a custom home site community in Summerlin West like this one is going to help with the elevation of equity over time. I'm just so personally excited about this whole Summerlin West master plan community, and I hope you are too. So there you have it, my reasons for moving from Southern Highlands to Summerlin. What did you all think? For more videos about new construction homes, market trends, and living in Las Vegas, make sure you check out one of my videos surrounding me. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for finding me. It'll make me really happy if you could smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're made aware of my weekly content. I love to hear from you, so keep engaging and see you on the next one.